Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is the finale to Mario Sluggers League Season 11. Sorry for taking a while with this one, but it's finally out right before the Season 12 draft, so it'll be a quick turnaround, but yeah, before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into the finale of Mario Sluggers League Season 11. Last time we ended with the playoff mashups, and I'll begin with the more exciting out of the two playoff mashups being YouTuber Crow and the two-seeded Diddy Monkeys versus streamer LB Swimmer and the three-seeded Peach Monarchs. A battle of great defense versus great offense. In game one, it was at DK Jungle, LB Swimmer's kryptonite. He has been historically terrible at DK Jungle, but in shocking turn events, it'd be an overwhelming, surprising victory for LB Swimmer, 9-2, thanks to Wario, who once again carried the team on his back. Having a breakout season, playoff Wario returns. In game two of the series, it would be LB Swimmer with home, and he got cocky going to Mario Stadium. No gimmicks, all skill. It's gonna be pure grit and determination, and the result of the matchup would be basically a flip of game one with the Diddy Monkeys pulling out a dominant 6-2 win thanks to PD Piranha, and this would send the series to game three. And as in the first round of the playoffs in MSL, it's a best of three series, so it'd be the last game. Monkeys would once again be at home and chose DK Jungle, where in typical fashion for the Monarchs, it would be a low-scoring game. It'd be all about grit, determination, neither side giving an edge in a hated rivalry. However, the Monkeys' big hit duo of Blue Dragons and PD scored the team's 3 runs, with the Monarchs only answering at 2 points. Shockingly low for them, but this meant the score is 3-2. And the iconic rivalry would be settled, with the Diddy Monkeys advancing to the World Series, and YouTuber Crow would be heading to his second World Series appearance in the last 3 seasons, including this one. Now, this moves to the other playoff series in round 1. It'd be another iconic playoff rivalry, with the Forgotten Wolf and the Yoshi Eggs versus the Monkey Man and the Bowser Monsters. Many hard-fought playoff series is fought between the two of them, a couple World Series matchups, but like the last series, Game 1 would be an absolute shocker, as in Game 1, the Bowser Monsters won at Yoshi Park thanks to a pitching strat and some bullshit gimmicks with the pipes on Yoshi Park getting Boshi stuck on the outside of the pipes, allowing for the Eggs to give up 3 out of the 9 runs they conceded. Although I will say pitching played a huge part in the win for the Monsters, but the Monsters won 9-8. In Game 2, the Eggs would decide to give the Monsters a taste of their own medicine, as they used the exact same pitching strat on the Monsters as the Monsters used on them in Game 1. This worked, as the Eggs won 4-2 in a low-scoring game, with the GM of the Monsters being in a rage after the game. And now, entering Game 3, the Forgotten Wolf was facing defeat in the playoffs for the first time ever, and if he fell, the league would have a new champion for the first time ever. And serious changes would be in the offseason for the Eggs. For the Monsters, a win would cement Monkey Man as the second best GM in league history, and he would be the first person to take out Forgotten Wolf in the playoffs. And Game 3, it was once again DK Jungle, basically the new home of the playoffs now. The Eggs' weak pitching core would hurt them, as when Goomba and Yellow Madge were tired, they had to rely on Donkey Kong to pitch. Along with that, and Darkbones and Donkey Kong ghosting in the hitting game at a time they desperately needed them to perform, it meant that thanks to Green Critter and Bowser having games of their lives, it would mean that the Bowser Monsters became the first ever team to defeat the Forgotten Wolf in the playoffs and eliminate him. After the game, Monkey Man and his team would be crying tears of joy as they had their revenge for being first rounded last season. This would mean that the playoff matchups for the first time, the World Series matchup for the first time, did not include the Forgotten Wolf. Instead, it was Monkey Man and the Bowser Monsters, who looked like they were out of the playoffs after Week 4, versus Crow and the Diddy Monkeys, who were last in the league last season. 2 incredible stories, 1 champion. World Series. DK Jungle was Crow's pick to play at the first game, and shocker. Yeah, but the Monsters riding the biggest momentum in league history, having defeated the champs, they went on to win Game 1 8-3, with Bowser and Bowser Jr. teaming up to have incredible games. Bowser having a playoffs to remember. In Game 2, it was back to Bowser Jr. Playroom. Surprising stadium of choice. But this would lead to one of the classics in World Series history as the whole game, Bowser and Green Critter for the Monsters. We would be delivering blows against Petey and Diddy Kong, who were giving equally big punches. Petey hitting a home run immediately as the 9 innings were back and forth with the audience on the edge of their seats, but it would be thanks to Bowser Jr. and Toadsworth that the game fell in the hands of the Bowser Monsters with another win 7-6 by 1 run, further adding the momentum to their side. The Monkeys needed to win 3 straight and had to get something going. However, they had some hope of a return to DK Jungle at Game 3, and home field advantage would change their fortunes. However, in Game 3, it was the beginning of the end, as the Monkeys laid one massive egg in the World Series, only scoring 2 points in the game, and 11 points the whole World Series. But we've seen 2-1 games before, so how'd the Monsters do? It would be a hell of a season from Petey, but not good enough, as the Monsters scored 6 runs in a 6-2 win. With that 6-2 win, the Bowser Monsters are the new Mario Slugs League World Champions and the World Series winners and World Champions. For the first time ever, Monkey Man has lifted the MSL trophy, ending a season that looked lost by Week 4. And with the same team that got eliminated in the first round in Season 10 with an undefeated regular season, won it 1 season later. This with the World Series ending Season 11. That was an insane season. And that should be it. Wait a moment. Stay tuned for Season 12, where things are set to be even crazier in this new era.